Alright, what is up boys and girls, welcome back to another video. As always, thank you very much for joining me. Checking out Ethereum then on our daily time frame here for another daily update. Bitcoin looking really bullish today, as you can see, which is dragging the altcoin market to the upside, finally getting a little bit of upside on the altcoin market. The hourly time frame here, Bitcoin basically just completing this market maker buy model, in my opinion. Obviously last week grinding to the upside here, we've obviously put in some really decent areas of liquidity to come and grab. Last week we came down, ripped through all these levels of liquidity and stole all that liquidity, all them stop losses. Came down here, as you can see, making these big fair value gaps. And then this week, basically in a nutshell, ripping back through all of this resistance, all this liquidity, trendline liquidity here being formed, getting ripped through as well. I would strongly expect that Bitcoin at this point comes up and hits this high again, considering that we've only got this one tiny fair value gap left. We've been really bullish this week, and I can't imagine that we don't come up and hit this high to grab the liquidity that's probably above this high as well. And as a result, Ethereum finally starting to reverse back around. You can see today, really nice big green candle for Ethereum. We've got this nice trend line liquidity up here that we've come up and tapped as well. Interesting to see if we can break this. But overall, you can see Ethereum had a really bearish time last week because of Bitcoin, but finally starting to reverse back around here. You can see ripping through some of these liquidity, some of these fair value gaps of liquidity. This hourly here actually is something that's just about been closed above, which is positive. But as I said, we have hit that trend line resistance, so we could see a retracement from here. It's all dependent on what Bitcoin does here, guys. But I do think Bitcoin, it could either do this, where we kind of reject from this last fair value gap, retest, and then continue, or we might just get crazy momentum and rip through. But I don't think Bitcoin is gonna stall at this level for too long, in my opinion. I don't think we'll do this, for example. I think it's much more likely that Bitcoin either retraces and completes up towards this high, or it just see us rip through this last level. It's looking very bullish this week. Notice how last week, over basically from the start of September, right, for the first few weeks of September, we're just grinding slowly to the upside here like this. And then we get the liquidity sweep of all those people. And then look at how quickly we have moved from down here at 109k up to 116k. Basically in the space of 4 days, we've moved up about 7k. Whereas before we were slowly grinding up. You can see how quickly we've ran up through this again. This makes me feel like we're probably just going to run up in a big way here and rip through these levels of liquidity. Obviously, if that's the case, Ethereum will benefit from that. We are just following what Bitcoin's doing right now. Lovely liquidity sweep, and obviously a nice bounce out of this previous level of resistance here as support. As you can see, this was a previous level of resistance where we were kind of ranging. We came down, we came back inside the range, we come all the way down, that huge V-shape recovery that Ethereum had. And then as you can see here, we obviously come up here, we've made a new, broken it up above this, made a new all-time high, got rejected, and now looking like we're kind of consolidating, grabbing liquidity, and then we could do this and continue. This would be a lovely accumulation, manipulation, distribution move, wouldn't it? Overall, Ethereum here looking totally fine, in my opinion. We're basically just going to be following Bitcoin, but I think Bitcoin looking really bullish, and it's going to be interesting to see where we go next, if we can see Bitcoin continue. As always, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Please do like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, let me know your thoughts, check back every day for daily updates, and get some free money in the description below. Cheers.